for a battle, let's begin. So tune in with your old friend. Get on the grid with F1 Gamer Dad. Some call it racing, some say insane. Racing so fast like we don't got a brain. So go and join the best racer on the grid. F1 Gamer Dad on the grid. Woo! Yeah! 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 So sit back, relax, get ready for an epic battle, 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 battle. F1 Gamer Dad on the grid. Let's go! F1 Gamer Dad on the grid!
Hello everybody! Welcome in to the commentary box. Bit of a new intro there, trying something a bit different. Today we are at Laguna Seca in sunny California this afternoon. 26 degrees air temperature, track temperature, a scorching 52 degrees Celsius. Wow. We've got a good one in store for you today. We have round one of the racing clubs. So TRC, as you can see on the screen there, is the racing club. It is round one of their Lotus 79 F1 Championship. It's going to be a real interesting ride, and we're going to bring you all the action here very shortly. We are in practice. We're just about to transition over into qualifying. So we'll bring you the qualifying times as soon as they come up. Bit of a warning as well, in case the stream logs off or you know, we lose power or something. Hello there in chat. I am monitoring a very interesting situation, which is the weather here in Australia. We've got a tropical cyclone not too far off the coast. This is about where I am now, and yeah, it's barreling towards us. So we don't know. It's a bit of a just hope and pray sort of situation that we get this stream in. But if it logs off, just want to let you know that well in advance, because yeah, we're a bit tense over here. Hopefully things hold off for a bit longer. Looking like making landfall a bit later on this evening. So fingers crossed it can hold out for us a little bit longer. All right, let's get some qualifying action coming up for you. We'll see if there are cars going onto track. And it's open qualifying here, so we've got 10 minutes of open qualifying. We'll bring you as much of the action as possible in this qualifying session. You'll see down the bottom of the screen, no times will come through yet. There will be an outlap, and then we'll see some times starting to come through. What a gorgeous day we've got here at Laguna Seca. Absolutely stunning. But that track temp, especially in these cars with massive rear wheels, a lot of power, and 1970s, almost 1980s F1 aerodynamics. Oh, they're going to be a handful. They're going to be an absolute handful today, and it's going to be absolutely brilliant to watch. Going through the corkscrew. Oh yeah, that's going to be a good one. That's going to be tasty. See the body language of the cars as we roll them through. This is Zach Heiderstadt on board now. We're watching Andrew Atwell come through. Devante Drain. Oof. That's Nathan Annam taking the shortcut, the short way through. Ooh, and the Durex. Matt Strong, the Durex livery, looking very safe. All pun intended there, going through the corkscrew. A Trading Paints livery, fantastic. Samuel Albert. Chad Johnson in the all-red Velocity livery, looking red hot. Ooh, we've got a nice gradient here. Emmanuel Moniz. Is this a league? This is a league. This is actually the first time I've done a league over here. I said in the last stream as well, the positivity and the feedback that I got from one of my Reddit posts last week was just absolutely extraordinary. It's really, really cool, and I need to thank the broad iRacing community for all the feedback that I got as well. And I got about 7 invitations from different leagues. Yesterday we did the Clio Cup strength of field race, and that's actually, so I'm not committing to doing every single TRC Lotus 79 race. I will dip in and out. I'm not going to create a schedule for this because I want this to be fun. I want this to be, showcasing as many different types of series as I possibly can. Oh, we've got William Lindbergh with the first time coming through. Rick Nye there, a tenth of a second back. Jason Krakowiak in P3, half a second down. Hardestat fourth there, 9/10 of a second down. Yeah, as the times start rolling in. So as I was saying, I just want to make this as varied as possible. The public sessions and the officials that don't get broadcasts, I want to showcase them. The strength of field sessions, so doing the Clio Cup yesterday, they very rarely get much attention, and especially broadcasts showcasing what they do, and it gives them a chance to really showcase their stuff and recruit new members into their community. They're not a league, but the way that they do their standings, they do race results, absolutely, it's really, really awesome to see the organization that they have, because they're passionate about those cars and the racing that they get in those series as well. So yeah, very keen on that. I think like the IMSA Vintage series as well. I know they're very active with their strength of field races too. So the Nissan GTP and the Audi 90, I think it is, the four-wheel drive Audi. Road America 500 is like one of my favorite events of the year. You use a stick shift, it's so authentic. They have a really strong community, and it very rarely goes official on the public service. So yeah, if they want me to do a broadcast as well, because they don't get much attention, and essentially try and get more participation in those series, absolutely, I think that'd be absolutely brilliant. That's what I want to do with this channel as well. And if I'm not having fun, I won't be committed to it, and I will I will not be continuing on. So that's why I want to make this as fun and as diverse as possible. Oh, that Fly Saudi livery, they were flying all crossed up in the background there. This is Craig Brick. He's got 2 purple sectors. Is he about to go to the top of our timing sheet? Second. Okay, 3.7 behind Samuel Albert, who is topping our timing at the moment with a 1:14.467. He's just gone off track wherever he is on the track as well. Matthew Annam is setting personal best sectors. Here he is in that Williams, gorgeous Canon Honda Williams livery. Oh, Samuel Albert going even quicker now too. So he's got the fastest time with a 1:14.467. He's got 3 purple sectors in succession. Oh, Annam goes well wide. Oh, lighting them up in the final turn. Oh, and Albert, something happened. Albert had to barrel out of that run. He did not get to improve. Coming out of the pits now. Okay, who else? Oh, wow. Okay, that's one way to exit the pits. Emmanuel Moniz setting some great times. He's coming into the last corner now with Brick behind him. Oh, maybe holding Brick up a little bit there. Let's see where Moniz can go in the timing. Picks up to P12, 1:17.502. And Craig Brick is going to reload. Fresh tyres, probably just a splash of fuel as well, so he can keep going in this one. Have a look at Jason Krakowiak Racing Teams, currently sitting in P3. Where are we? We don't have his sectors coming through just yet. No personal best. Andrew Atwell, very quick in the start. The early signs of this lap. Where can Atwell go? currently holding P5, 5/10 of a second down on P6, remains in P7 with a 116.231. Louis Vasquez. Vasquez coming through with a couple of green sectors as well, and can he crack the top 10? No, Vasquez staying where he is, hopefully loading up for a new lap and a new run at this one. Get some onboard shots. Let's get him on board with Vasquez early on in this lap. The sounds of these cars are absolutely brilliant. I actually, after the invitation to join this session, I didn't own the Lotus 79 and had to make that purchase. Oh, John Ferry has just blitzed the times. Less than half a tenth in front now. So John Ferry is sitting provisional pole in this absolutely splendid livery. Oh, what a great paint scheme this one is. The metallic blue, the red, the white. Oh, Lindbergh's gone even quicker. William Lindbergh in the Ampex Cassettes livery. Again, oh, just absolutely gorgeous colors, some of these cars. Has gone again less than half a tenth faster. So we've got Lindbergh, Ferry, and Albert all within, holy moly, all within 0.03 of a second. We've got Lindbergh a 14.41, John Ferry a 14.44, Albert 14.47. Guys, you guys don't mess around, do you? This is unbelievable pace. Holy moly. We've then got Craig Brick with a 14.66. We'll see if Brick is going quicker on this one. Let's ride on board for the final. Oh, no, we're early in the lap. We've got to say the final couple of corners. We've got 1 minute left of qualifying, so I'm going to, as tradition dictates, I'm going to take my face off here so we can focus on the action. I'm going to get the headphones on so I can truly lock into this. Louis Vasquez has just set the fastest first sector to... Oh, Brick pushing very hard. Ooh, well gathered there, Craig. That was brilliant car control. We're going to see if we can pick up Vasquez. No. Yep, he's still on the lap. So purple, personal best, and a non-personal best. Are we going to see Vasquez rocking into the top 5? He's currently 3.5 tenths out of the top 5. Louis goes P5, a 14.76. Wow. These, and loops it at T1 for good measure. That's great stuff. I think that's going to do us now. I can't see anyone setting sectors of note. No, I think that will do it. Wow, what a qualifying session. That was unbelievable stuff. Wait to get our grid open as we finish qualifying now. Okay, just waiting for the session to flick over. Nobody on track that I can see. We had Zach Heidestat on there late on. I think we're just waiting on the race control team to load up the race session. Strap yourselves in, guys. From what I have heard, we have about a half fuel tank allowance, and we have one... I don't know if it's a mandatory pit stop, but there will be one pit stop. I can't imagine anyone saving the kind of fuel that we're going to need here to make it all the way around on one pit stop. I actually do have Zach Heidestat still circulating around, just waiting for race control to kick him off the track. How good's that Miller livery as well from Miller Time? High life. That's fantastic. Some of these throwback paint schemes, just absolutely stunning. Looks just as good now as it would have in the late 70s, early 80s as well. All right, they've kicked Zach off. we're going to get our grid here. Okay, we have a full 14 car grid. It's actually going to show me up here because I've loaded in as a driver, not just a spectator. Silly me. All right, William Lindbergh takes pole position with a 1:14 flat, a 1:14.021. John Ferry rounds out the front row with a 0.4 of a second back. Where did that come from? I think we may have missed that up here in the booth, the 14 flat, because we were looking at 14 fours all round. So John Ferry, P2, Samuel Albert, P3, Craig Brick, P4, Louis Vasquez, P5, Jason Krakowiak, P6, Rick Nye, P7, Zach Heiderstadt, P8, Andrew Atwell, P9, Devante Drain, P10, Nathan Annam takes out 11th place, Chad Johnson in 12th, Matt Strong, P13, Emmanuel Moniz, P14, and ignore Sean Nisizaka-Smith for Wildfire Racing. You're all very lucky that he is not involved today. I'll make the comments. I will not be contributing to the on-track action, I promise. All right. We'll try and follow as many different storylines. Oh, that's a great view there of the cars on the grid. We're missing just a couple, I think. Missing Craig Brick. No, there's Craig in the Fly Saudia. Just awesome livery, which I think was the first Williams Racing livery as well. That was a rocket ship with Alan Jones back in the 80s as well. We have a full grid, so it's down to race control now to get us started. We'll see the lights come on and the revs rise when the green flag does come through. Let's listen to those Lotus 79 engines. What a glorious sound as the TRC Lotus 79 League gets underway. There's already a pass for the lead. Albert gets through on Lindbergh. Oh, Lindbergh holding off Vasquez very nicely there. That was aggressive stuff from Albert just to get on through, not waste any time. You see the other battles as they start to unfold. Krakowiak holding off Andrew Atwell early on. Ooh, we've got to move back here. No, tucks in nicely. Oh boy, always hard to follow the action very early on. We've got everyone bunched together, wanting to make up positions as quickly as they possibly can as the field inevitably fans out throughout the race. Rick Nye keeping tabs now on Krakowiak as we come into the corkscrew. Everyone through fairly cleanly on lap one. Good to see. Very nice racing from the field. Samuel Albert leads us through, coming into the final corner with Lindbergh following very closely behind. Oh, about half a second or so the gap will be as we complete the first lap. That looked very improbable just going into the final corner there, and it looked like they were going to bunch up very nicely. Oh, I think someone went wide there. I think it may have been Louis Vasquez going wide. Just encouraging Craig Brick in the Fly Saudia livery just to be ever so alert to the potential of a move coming on. Got Emmanuel Moniz, has gone off track. We'll just check what the circumstance. Oh, with a lock up in front. Emmanuel just takes avoiding action, unfortunately gets caught out and has to venture off track, loses a lot of ground to the Durex car in front because of that. Again, we've got Brick just eyeing off Vasquez. He wants to get onto the podium places, and we had the Miller time car of Zach Heiderstadt just again taking the shortcut through the corkscrew. I'm not sure it's the quickest way to go through, but he kept it all together, kept it pointed straight. Very nice race. Ooh. Oh. Who was that? That was Devonte Drain in the background there. You may or may not have seen it. Just coming into the final corner, absolutely lit up the rear. So I think there would be, yeah, looks like a bit of residual heat in the rear tires there. Just hampering his ability to get on throttle as early as he would like. Oh, again, just the car just wants to step sideways. Ooh. Got some action in the back here. Zach Heidestad. Oh no, this is the Corkscrew. We've got Rick Nye coming through on Zach Heidestad. Oh, what happened there? Oh my goodness. There was a big moment. He's back under power and the car looks okay. May have just had it all crossed up and that just caused a bit of an accordion effect throughout the rest of the field. That was something that the field needed to be on high alert for. Coming back to the front of the field now with Lindbergh absolutely stalking our race leader Samuel Albert. Let's go to the gearbox and I'll pipe down for a little bit so we can just listen to Samuel Albert's car and potentially the fuel saving he's doing at the front here as well, and just see how much William Lindbergh is stalking the race leader at the moment. What an absolutely awesome sound. Goodness me. Oh, lock up for a leader. Albert locks up the left front. Gets away without too much hassle. We've got, so Craig Brick currently holding down P5. There was a moment for Craig. Oh, it's through the Corkscrew again. Oh, yep, okay. Taking the shortcut, in theory. Unfortunately for Brick, John Ferry did get through. He's now being hustled hard by Brick. Coming onto the front stretch. Let's keep our eyes on Louis Vasquez. He was very racy at the start and is now hustling hard to get onto the back of William Lindbergh, who conversely is trying to keep tabs on our race leader Samuel Albert. Things starting to heat up here in the field. Absolutely need to keep on top of this. Oh, Lindbergh goes wide, doesn't hit the apex, but actually quite a lot of grip out there. Vasquez just making sure that he is full in the mirror. No! Vasquez has gone round! Oh, he was making so much progress. He's being so patient too. This could be disaster for any one of these guys early on in the season if they collect Louis. Louis's done absolutely brilliant to hold it at the top of the Corkscrew. Probably blind to the rest of the field there as well. Oh, Louis, you made so much ground. That's heartbreak for the Mexican driver there to tumble down the field. You've now got John Ferry in the podium places, taking over Louis' P3, and he has Craig Brick for company still, so Brick not letting Ferry through, but succumbing to Ferry through that earlier moment. Now has Brick, using all the track and then some to keep on the back of Ferry. This is a battle we can absolutely keep tabs on now to see how it progresses. Oof. Brick using every bit of tarmac he can to make sure that he's maximizing his corner exits. Coming into the Corkscrew now, we can see potential differing lines. Both drivers making up some ground here now on the lead group. That gap from Ferry to Lindbergh is 2.2 seconds. And coming onto the front stretch, actually the lead group just able to eke that advantage out a little more. Now we're going to come back to another, the recovery attempt, I think you'd probably call it, from Luis Vasquez. He's going to have to come through the field if he's wanting to get back onto the podium. It seems like a very tough ask at the moment, but he's shown tremendous pace. Absolutely awesome pace. His best lap at the moment is the third best lap in our session. He's got Matt Strong in front. I keep wanting to call him Matt Safe based on the Durex livery. Apologies, I can't help myself. We've got Andrew Atwell, who's just lost a place to Vonde Drain. Oh, it's the Corkscrew again, locking the left front. The unloaded tyre up the top of the Corkscrew, and it's catching a load of our runners out today. It's a very easy one to do, and once you've locked it, it's very hard to sort of cadence brake to bring it back in and maintain that control. Oh, you can see Vasquez back in the background there. Oh, actually, we're still in the replay, so let's get back onto live pictures. So Vasquez is now P12 with Atwell's moment there, letting the Mexican through, and we've got a bit of an accordion effect here into the final corner. The cars bunching together and then fanning out when they get back onto power. Vasquez now stalking Matt Strong. Does he go for the move into T2? Goes very tight and is able to make that stick. Is he? Yes, on the corner exit. I think there may have been a bit of gentlemanly conduct there from Matt Strong, just to say, hey, I may not have the same pace as you, Louis. Get on by, get up the road, and potentially, get in the mirrors of the cars in front of me so I can fight them for more. In chat, if there's anyone you guys want me to focus on a bit more, just pop it in there. If you're following one of your favorite drivers or someone you're rooting for in this session, please pop that in there and make it. Oh, Chad Johnson just going very deep into the entry to the Corkscrew, and it hampered his exit. He's now got company with Nathan Annam, just wanting to. Oh, look at Vasquez's pace in the background. He is absolutely flying, but not able to necessarily use his true pace at the moment. It's one of those things with a recovery drive from a much faster driver being shuffled down the grid. It actually works nicely for us in the commentary box because it means that we can really focus on the front of the grid and the rear. So Vasquez gets through on Nathan Annam. Again, Nathan, just like Matt Strong the lap prior, just facilitating that move, I would say. Just seeing Louis in the mirrors and saying, yep, off you go. I don't want to hold you up, and you'll probably hold me up in my race here as well if I fight you too hard. So just thinking of the bigger picture, and that's absolutely awesome. Awesome racecraft from all of these guys. We've got a very close battle, so we want to keep tabs on Vasquez as he comes through the grid, and he is all over the back of Chad Johnson now. But Craig Brick wanting to make up on the lost ground from John Ferry a few laps prior. And we'll bring you any passes down the grid as they come through as well. So if Vasquez can get up through Johnson, we'll have a look at the replay there as well. Craig Brick just very, very fast, but maybe not necessarily able to do much about it at the moment. Pop on our track map as well as the cars start to fan out so that you can see on the timing tower, you can associate your favorite driver's position with the position on the track map as well as they come through. Oh, big run here from Brick. He's got nowhere to go there. There's one line through this corner as they come up the hill. Does he potentially look for a move at the Corkscrew? It would be an all or nothing move, and we've still got plenty more running here in our hour-long session. Again, he's thinking bigger picture as well. Probably looking to save tyres, probably looking to save a bit of fuel as he goes as well. So don't need to make an all or nothing move at this stage. Very sensible from these guys. We've got multiple cars going off track in T2. So this is Vasquez going down through T2. What have we got here? I don't know that that's the replay that corresponded with what I saw. No! We've got Strong into, I think that was Annam coming up to the corkscrew. I think Strong just missed his braking point in quite a large way, and that is going to hurt both runners. Ouch. That's a big one. That is a big one. It was Nathan Annam in the historic Williams livery. Let's hope both guys didn't sustain too much damage and can keep fighting on in this one. As Brick and Ferry go through the corkscrew once more, and once more it is third and fourth, as they were, nose to tail. Just brilliant racing from these guys, being very patient, waiting, Brick especially, just waiting for the moment that he can make a move on Ferry. Pop a battle box onto the broadcast here because I want to move over back to our race leader. Now William Lindbergh, actually, we can pop on the lap time tracker as well. This is very interesting. So this is Lindbergh and how he is comparing to our race leader, Samuel Albert. You would have seen a short moment ago, the gap between first and second just crept under, and there he goes again. Oh, locking the left front. That left front is being tortured today from all these Lotuses. That is just, seems like a feature of the lap around here. It's just one of those things that you can't necessarily avoid. Now, we don't know if Samuel is fuel saving, if he's saving some tyre for the end of this race as well, or at least to fuel save to shorten his pit stop. We just don't know, but Lindbergh is making inroads. He definitely is making inroads. That last lap just a fraction slower, and we've got Nathan Annam in the background. So we've got a couple of things just while we've been monitoring this, and I definitely want to come back to this battle for first and second, but if there is action on track, we want to bring it to you. So we were monitoring Louis Vasquez's progress. He has got through on Chad Johnson into the final corner there. So Vasquez again just making more progress. He's got another 1.5 seconds now to come up to Devontae Drain. You can see at the top of the screen and in the foreground there the John Player special liveried Lotus just in front of Vasquez. So it's 1 second now. So he's flying. He's been released. He's got a bit of clean air again. And Vasquez has just done a faster lap than our race leader by 0.01 of a second. Let's dwell on that for a moment. 1,000th of a second faster than P1. So Vasquez is flying. Vasquez is looking to make up this ground as quickly as possible, get back with the front group. And the good news for him is he's not necessarily that far away. So if you can get through these guys as quickly as possible, the pit strategy will play into this as well. So hopefully he can pit out in a bit of clean air and just continue to smash these quali laps as long as possible. Oh, he goes well off track there. That'll be an off track for Louis. He is not wanting to mess around in this one. Taking a very narrow entry into a lot of these corners. I think he wants to just show as much as possible that he is absolutely there. Through the corkscrew, nice and narrow. Trying to figure out actually what the best. What have we got? What have we got? Just taking off the iRacing gained and lost bar on the timing tower because, as this is a league session, iRacing does not matter. So there we've got the intervals to the cars ahead and behind, and we've got gained and lost positions in the session as well. So we can see Vasquez down 4 places from where he started in P5, but obviously we think that may change as this session goes on. That's why we're riding on board with Louis now, sliding his Lotus all over the road. We've got one more pass to bring you here before we jump back to the leaders, because that gap again just creeping under a second. So we'll see how Louis goes into the Corkscrew comparing to Devontae. Devontae racing very nice, not necessarily opening the door at all to Louis at this point. We have Matthew Annam once again, and he was an innocent bystander in the hit with Matthew Strong earlier on. He's got a car in front, just checked up, and Nathan just had nowhere to go. You've obviously seen that in front of you. You slam on the brakes, that's where you can lock either the fronts or consequently the rears and spin the car around. I feel like Nathan's been so unlucky in this one, guys. It's just... oh boy. Is this the same situation? This is Nathan again coming into the final corner, turning in. Again, there's some rear locking, isn't there? And he's collected the barrier. He's lost half his front wing and towed to the pits. Nathan is not having a good time of it today. Nathan Annam back in the pits. You hate to see it. He will fight on. We'll bring you the details when he comes back onto the track as well. Devontae Drain, who he was stalking, who Louis was stalking. Big curb hop. Does Louis get through? He doesn't. Devontae still holding down P8. Oh boy, that was... wow. Let's see if we can... we'll bring you another angle of this one. That was dramatic. On board. Huge curb hit, and the car gets wildly unsettled. Devontae keeps it all on the straight and narrow. Well played, Devontae Drain. That was fabulous car control. As we say that though, Vasquez is there. He's absolutely on his gearbox. Would help if I showed you the car ahead. Here is the gearbox from Devontae Drain looking back at Louis Vasquez, who is absolutely rapid. Just set a 15.3 to Devontae Drain's 16 flat. So he absolutely has pace. Look at the body language of Louis' Lotus coming down into the Corkscrew. Very hard to make a passing attempt through here, but he may be setting up for the last corner and a run onto the back straight. Sparks flying from the rear of Devontae Drain's Lotus 79. Here we come. Who can get the best exit onto... and Drain wiggles with the rears screaming their heart out, saying, I can't take much more of this. Let's take it easy. Coming down into T2, T3. Wow, they slided into the entry of that one. That is just awesome to watch. A little bit of a lock up from Drain. Absolutely sideways. Vasquez is going to have a look now. Another off track. It gets to the point now where Vasquez is going to say to himself, do I just force it? Do I make a move that may not be there, but may save me being held up for many more laps? Drain taking a much more central line there on the exit. Coming up to the Corkscrew. No, Vasquez being very sensible now, not wanting to force the issue too much. Now we're going to have a look at a pass here from Zach Heiderstadt on Jason Krakowiak. This is for P5 into the corkscrew. Ooh. Yikes. That's one potentially for race control to have a look at. I won't pass judgment up here, but I mean the move stuck, so Zach got through. Oh wow! I may have moved away from that one before it was done. And we've come back live, and this pass has also been made. So Louis has gotten through on Devontae Drain. Drain just missing that apex completely. Oh boy. Oh, that's unlucky for Devontae. He was putting up such a great fight. And the third to last corner just misses the apex there. Wow, it's all happening now, and apologies for flicking around a little bit. We'll get back to live action very shortly. Emmanuel Moniz coming into T2. Oh, just missing the apex, and oh, just in the marbles. Little flick spin, very stylish Emmanuel. Very nicely done to get back facing the right way. Then got Devontae Drain, who's just been passed by Louis Vasquez. The rears will be hot. Another curb hop. No. Oh, I thought he was going to gather that. Very close to being able to gather that one up. Oh, boy. O'Shea Wilson, very nice to see you in chat. Hope you're enjoying this one. TRC is, yeah, absolutely putting on a show for us today. This is brilliant action. Absolutely brilliant. Loving it up here in the commentary box. We've got many more replays to run through. This is William Lindbergh hustling onto the back of Samuel Albert for the lead. This was P1 and 2. So Lindbergh really hustling to get back to the lead. And that's unlucky from Lindbergh. We've got two cars now who are well back in the pack, who may be looking to fight their way back to the front. We've got Rick Nye being hustled at the moment from Zach Heiderstadt. Heiderstadt, look from the back of Rick Nye's Lotus 79. Best league around. Good to hear, good to hear. This is, of course, race one of the TRC Lotus 79 F1 League. Oh, we've still got Heiderstadt in the rear view. It looked like Krakowiak may have missed the corner and just invited the American in there. Sorry, I think I mentioned Krakowiak. Krakowiak's a second and a half in front of this group. This is, of course, the rear of Rick Nye. These cars just sound absolutely glorious. Oh, bring back these engines in F1. Can we please add some more volume and some high-pitched screaming around a racetrack? Oh, great exit from Heiderstadt. This is going to put the pressure on Nye in front. What can Heiderstadt do with it? Let's go back on board with Zach. Coming into the last corner. The exit's going to be crucial here. Takes a wider line. Gets the apex. Can get on power a bit earlier. This may... Let's see how good the tow is. It's brilliant, it looks like. Oh, takes the inside. And gets the move done. Or maybe compromises the exit. And Nye gets back through. Heiderstadt's got the inside though. They're still side by side. Nye tucks in. Well played. Well played by both drivers. That was fantastic battling. Really awesome to see. Just a lot of respect in this session. A lot of respect. Part of that, I feel, is the fact that you know you're going to be racing with these guys for a full season. So, you know, if you send it on someone where the move is not necessarily on, you're going to hear about it. You're going to have race control and the stewards on you about it, and you're going to hear about it from the drivers themselves. So, there's a lot of common sense being put in this session so far. Now, Lindbergh has steadied the ship a little bit. He has just set the fastest lap of our session with a 1:14.46, which you may remember is scarily close to our qualifying time. So these tyres now are 23 laps old. And Laguna Seca is not known for its gentleness on tyres at the best of times, but our track temperatures, as we saw at the top of the broadcast, around 51 degrees Celsius. So definitely inviting very melty rubber conditions. Craig Brick is making up some really great ground now on John Ferry. This was the battle for P4 and P3. P4 and P3 very short time ago. But then with William Lindbergh just losing the battle for P1 momentarily. Not saying he won't come back there, but just with his issues a few laps ago, has lost track of that. So Ferry now P2 is 3.3 seconds back from our leader, Samuel Albert. Lapping slightly quicker though than our race leader, 1/10 of a second more rapid than Albert. And Brick is right on the back of Ferry, 4/10 of a second now, the gap from P2 to P3. Things just settling down a little bit as we've got this battle here. We've then got Nye, who is still all over the back of Zach Heidestat. So we saw about a lap or two ago Nye getting through. Oh, we've got Lindbergh. Ooh, I saw an off track. I saw something happening there. Maybe a bit of a moment for William. I feel from that spin, William is now dealing with a pretty unstable rear in his car. Just residual effects from lighting up those rear tyres and looping the Lotus. Say that fast 10 times. Louis Vasquez has gone off track. Hopefully this is nothing too major, because Louis is one of our... Oh, fantastic car control, Louis. That was brilliant stuff. William Lindbergh has entered pit lane. So a scheduled pit stop. Goes very wide. He is hustling to get back up to the front of the pack. And it looks like that is his scheduled pit stop. So the first of our runners into pit lane now. We've got Rick Nye has actually got back past Zach Heidestat. Zach going very wide on the exit of the Corkscrew and just backing out of the throttle so Rick can get on through without any contact. Again, just really well done to everyone in this session so far to make sure that the racing is clean and fair. We're going to take off our track map momentarily. And we're going to have a look at pit strategy here. And we've got... So Lindbergh is the first of our runners who has made a stop. Heidestat has pitted now and is just coming out. So we'll see where Zach filters back through. So Zach comes through in P10. William comes out P7. Whereas they were 4th and 7th respectively before the pit stops. Our race leader, Samuel Albert, now... Nope, still circulating. Craig Brick has come in for his pit stop, so we'll see. So Brick was P3 behind John Ferry, so we'll follow that one very closely. Brick, the first of our top 3 to come in. That promotes Vasquez now into P5, Rick Nye into P4. Jason Krakowiak, who, I tell you what, has really gone under the radar here in this one. I know he hasn't made a pit stop, but currently sitting P3, up 3 places from where he started. But is 18 seconds back from John Ferry, who is himself 3 seconds back from Samuel Albert. We'll see if Albert pits this time around. No. He continues on. Ferry continues on as well. So Ferry is going around again. Got Matt Strong coming in from P12 now. Jason Krakowiak, could he be coming in for his first pit stop? We shall see. No, Krakowiak going again as well. So feels like a very short first stint for a lot of our runners who... Oh, Rick Nye, what's happened? No, he's... Oh, we can't get an image that actually showed what happened there. That looked like... Actually, we may be able to get a replay of this one. Look at blimp view, because I think it's the only shot that we're going to get of pit entry. Very hot, and he's locked up. Oh, tries to make the turn. That's a very, very short turning circle for these F1 cars that aren't renowned for their great small radius turning circles. Oh, Rick. Very unfortunate. Just very unlucky there. You've got to give him credit for wanting to make that as rapid as possible, because he's obviously wanting to maximize his pit stop time as well. So he comes out now in P7. Our race leader still to come in, and still in the 114s, as is John Ferry at the moment. Ferry still running around quite nicely. So if tyre wear's not too much of an issue, and we're not seeing... So Vasquez is another one, like we said earlier, he potentially, and he's still circulating as well, if he's in clean air, we'll see what his lap time looks like as he takes P3 now in the shuffled grid. A 1:14.79, whereas we've got Craig Brick 1:15.6.16. Lindbergh 1:14.74. So Vasquez is still circulating very rapidly. The fastest runner who has pit at the moment is William Lindbergh, who's done a 1:14.74. It's not super... It's not that rapid compared to Albert. Oh, and we've got activity. So Albert is in. Our race leader dives into pit lane. John Ferry comes in very, very close behind. Let's see now. Vasquez is... So we've got Chad Johnson, Devontae Drain. They have all stopped. They're a lap back, so that's all good. Oh boy, that's an interesting view. Okay, Albert comes out still ahead. This is not for position there either. That is... That's Andrew Atwell, P11. So we've got a couple of cars. We've got a car now in between Ferry and Albert. Vasquez still to stop. So Vasquez is still circulating on 29 lap old tyres. So absolutely worthwhile for Vasquez, I feel, at the moment. If fuel is not an issue, and he's coming on. So Ferry is on an outlap. So those tyres on John Ferry's car are ice cold. Vasquez is up to temperature and setting really nice lap time. So this is for position. However, Vasquez has not stopped. So the net position is not P2 and 3 here, the battle that we're seeing. And now, as we go through the lap, Vasquez is on older tyres, and Ferry's brand new Goodyears are coming up to temperature. Vasquez dives into the pits. So we knew it wasn't too far away. Oh, pit lane is catching these guys out today. Pit lane is a hazard that our drivers are having to compete with. Absolutely. So all pit stops now have shaken out. The order will run through. Samuel Albert maintains his lead by 3 seconds now to John Ferry in P2. John Ferry then has Craig Brick behind around 3.2 seconds in P3 in the final podium place. We've then got William Lindbergh, our early front runner who was taking it to Samuel Albert. He is now back He's now back up to speed 1.3 seconds back, but you can see there down through. Oh, what a slide! William absolutely looking for every bit of grip he can to get back up into the podium, which would be pretty remarkable. Oh, we've got some radio comms here from John Ferry, maybe just suggesting. Yep, and there's the wider line from Andrew Atwell. Well played, Andrew, to facilitate that move from the front-running group there. Brilliant Castrol Loctite livery for Andrew Atwell. Very, very good-looking Lotus 79. Now, Louis Vasquez, very quick in the first stint of this race. He's just lost a position to Rick Nye, and it's exactly what we were just talking about too. So Rick is a better net position in the race. Rick is holding down P7, but Louis has had the pace, potentially to be quicker than Louis Vasquez. Oh no, William Lindbergh, who we were just following, who was really, really hustling his car. And you can see dancing all over it. He's come up to lap Andrew Atwell, coming to the corkscrew. Oh, looking very unstable, locks the front left and loops it. No harm done necessarily. Comes back around, he's back under power. Nice rejoin. Hasn't lost too much ground there, William Lindbergh. He is still holding down P4. He's got Jason Krakowiak 15 seconds behind, but now he's got 7.6 seconds to catch up to get anywhere near the gearbox of Craig Brick. So Brick is looking very comfortable now in his P3 podium position. Ferry is starting to make ground on Albert. 3.2 seconds is that gap. He was about a tenth of a second quicker than Albert on the last lap. You can see that gap fluctuating a fair bit, but staying around that 3.2 second mark. Lindbergh, again, just, locking. That left front is almost allergic to the corkscrew in these cars at the moment. Just, they're really not playing nice with it, but all the drivers are doing very well to maintain control of their race cars as they come through a very tricky part of one of the trickiest tracks in world motorsport, Laguna Seca. It's a challenge. No matter how much you know it, no matter how short the lap times might be, relatively speaking to other road courses, with, you know, obviously these cars only being a 1 minute 14 to 1 minute 16 lap time. Very tricky. A lot of off-camber sections, a lot of very fast sweeping corners, chicanes, as we've seen a few cars hopping over those chicanes and just copping it if they fly too close to the sun. We've got Rick Nye now passing over to this battle with Louis Vasquez in front. So Vasquez actually just got through. I think I remember Rick being... Let's see if we can find this actually. This is for P7. Oh, it was a lockup at the last corner. Rick Nye losing P7 to Louis Vasquez. That is a big shame. And the broadcast, for some reason, has lost the timing tower. Apologies there. See if we can boot that back up. We'll keep running here with Rick Nye, who's hoping to get back onto the gearbox of Louis Vasquez. Just try and reboot SDK so we can get our timing tower back. Might take this moment as well to ride on board with our race leader for a lap or so, just so we can hear the sweet sounds of the Lotus 79 F1 cars in all of their glory. We'll wait till we get to the front stretch so we can see a full lap from our race leader Samuel Albert, who holds a 3.7 second lead from John Ferry in P2. Okay, and we're back. Technical difficulties momentarily there. Just a turn it off and on situation, and we are back. And that was one lap around Laguna Seca with our race leader Samuel Albert on board. Jump back out to see some of the battles that we have here. Now, as I said at the top of the broadcast, we don't just want to focus on the top 3 or the top 10 or anything like that. We want to really give a lot of encouragement to all of our runners. We've got Matt Strong here coming up to the back of Andrew Atwell. This is the fight for P12 and P11. Seen some brilliant racing up and down the grid so far today. It's been really awesome. Ooh, Matt Strong locks a wheel into the second corner. Never sure if that's T2 or T3. I don't know if the left-hand kink on the end of the front straight counts as T1, or if it's when you get down the hill into that double left-hander. Oh, I keep saying it, but these cars just sound absolutely glorious. Isn't it awesome? They come through the corkscrew, and the wiggle that is on display from these guys is so skillful. I've never tried these cars, not yet anyway, and I definitely will be trying it after this session just to see how it feels, but it looks like the car control that's on display today is just next level. Really, really awesome to see. William Lindbergh has been one of the most skillful. I know there's been a couple of issues. There's been a few occasions where situations haven't necessarily panned out in his favor. A few enforced, a few unenforced, but the amount of times he's been able to gather up a very loose handling car have been absolutely awesome. Once again, I'm just in awe of the liveries that we've got on display today as well. We'll go and have a quick look for Chad Johnson. Chad has just done a 116 flat on the previous lap and 116.58 on this lap, holding down P9 very comfortably. Oh, and we've got a bit of an issue now for Zach Heiderstadt. Zach was P6 with Lou Vasquez in behind. Oh, no, off the wall. Oh, he's held it. He's held it off the wall, going through the gravel. Doesn't want to rejoin in front of Louis Vasquez. Well played, Zach. I think that's the second time I've congratulated you on just awesome, respectful rejoins. Oh, such a high-speed part of the circuit as well. You get a bit of a death wobble on there, and it's very hard to regather. Now, Rick Nye had Chad Johnson in behind. We've just got a lot of action popping up here now as well. So this is Rick Nye coming into the final corner. Oh, just over eager to get on throttle. And loops it around. Has he lost? No, Rick. It's so easy to do in rear-wheel drive, very high-powered cars, and especially downforce cars, because you expect the downforce to really help you in all situations. But at that low speed, you need the mechanical grip, and if you're lighting up the rear tires like that, your downforce is just not gonna play ball. William Lindbergh, as we were watching just before, this is going into the corkscrew. No locking. Oh, it's on the exit of the corkscrew. Just looping it on the exit again. Very eager to get on the throttle. Look at this. William, well played. Oh no! Oh boy. The rear wing's still there. Oh, we've got Louis Vasquez in the background as well. Oh. Louis just... He's got damage. Yep. Oh, no. Oh. I think, and we'll try and we'll go... Actually, let's... Oh, this was a bit of a follow the leader type situation, I feel. Now, you can't see anyone up there, but I think what's happened... is the other car has spun in front of Louis, and you can see there the steering. He is... Yeah. Right hand down steering. Not going to have a great time holding that one together. Does he? He does. He pits. Yeah. Louis Vasquez into the pits. Oh, keep it together in pit lane. Oh, so we've got Lindbergh pitting. We've got Vasquez pitting. They're dropping like flies at the moment. There were some really, really good runners that we were seeing, and this has actually been shaken up as well. It's Chad Johnson, gets through on Devontae Drain. Oh, curb hop. This is Ferry coming through in P2 as well, trying to get through some back markers. Ferry does get through. Johnson holds it on the outside and keeps the position. Still side by side, fantastic racing. Oh, and it's invited. Oh, wow. It's invited Craig. Well, Craig Brick is P4, so he is just trying to find his way through the back markers as safely and swiftly as possible. Devontae Drain now, just easing out of the throttle, I think, but he's kept the inside. Craig Brick's not going to enjoy this too much, having to go the long way around at T2. Drain holds it, but is off throttle much earlier, so Craig Brick gets safely through. Wow, that was a potential banana skin for our second and third placed runners, and it's allowed... Why are you awake? Michael, we don't sleep here at the F1 Gamer Dad channel. We broadcast at all hours of the day. Always wanting to bring the best action to you guys. Albert, as I was saying, Samuel Albert now to the tune of 7 seconds leads our field. Craig Brick 1.3 seconds back from John Ferry, and then we've got an absolutely enormous gap to Jason Krakowiak in P4. Here's Krakowiak. P4, 27.9 seconds. Just woke up from Belgium. Fantastic. What an absolutely beautiful part of the world. Jason sent me to your channel. Oh, Jason Krakowiak. Brilliant. I'm assuming that's who you're talking about. If it is, let's ride on board with Jason for the moment, as he has... Who's this in front? This is Matt Strong in the Durex livery just in front, so that is not for position. Jason is fighting with Zach Heidestat in P5. He's got a 5.5 second gap there. Oh, Matt Strong goes very wide into the double left-hander. Jason's going to want to be very careful. He is in a brilliant position now in P4. We've got just under 7, or just over, I should say, 7 minutes left on the clock. Lap 42 in these cars. These tyres will be absolutely screaming for help. Oh, Jason Glenn. Oh, beautiful. Lovely stuff. Oh, Matt Strong goes these cars get very, very loose in these high-speed corners. Oh, can he sneak through? It's treacherous. If you make a move and it doesn't stick, you're potentially giving up P4 here. He gets through. Krakowiak gets safely through. We'll jump to... So Craig Brick in the battle for P2 is absolutely heating up now. John Ferry holds down P2. John is in a really great position. Oh, and we've actually got... Not sure how that happened. The iRating jumped back up on the timing tower instead of the positions gained and lost. So just running through that, Samuel Albert still up 2 places to lead our group. John Ferry is where he started, so he was on the front row from qualifying. But Louis Vasquez in the background had an issue as well, so we will jump to that. But this battle, to be 0.3 of a second away after 43 laps is astounding. And we might even just ride on the gearbox of John Ferry early in the lap to just see the body language of Craig Brick's Fly Saudia Lotus 79. Brick's just done a 1:14. Oh, he's getting close. He's there now. Brick's done a 1:14.47 to Ferry's 1:14.88. Samuel Albert potentially just easing off the gas a little with that 6-second lead. He's done a 1:15.12. We might just get the track map up as well, because it could be that he has had some traffic. No, he's in clean air at the moment. Race of Champions later this weekend. Absolutely. It's in Australia as well at this year. So it's in Sydney from what I have heard. Oh, that could have been tasty. You see, from the gearbox view here, you really see the elevation through the corkscrew, which from the broadcast cameras, you don't always see a true reflection of what that actually is from the top to the bottom. It is very steep. Very, very steep. Just like Bathurst, Mount Panorama, if you go there in real life, you get a true sense of the elevation change from the bottom of the track at the pits and the front stretch, up Mountain Straight, and up the top of the mountain. It is just otherworldly when you realize how high you are up in the mountain compared to what it looks like on the TV broadcast. I did mention as well, because this battle is rumbling on, I did mention Louis Vasquez had a bit of an issue earlier on. Let's see what's happened coming up to the final corner. Is it a lock under brakes? Slightly, but then just over-eager, getting onto throttle. Louis does a nice Scandinavian flick to get going again. It's of little consequence, that one, because Louis is holding down P10 by around 17.5 seconds. Look at this battle now coming into the corkscrew, almost touching. Brick really putting the pressure on Ferry now. 0.3 of a second still the gap. The more they fight, the more it plays into the hands of John Ferry, because Craig Brick will be getting all the heat from the gearbox of Ferry's F1 car. Yep, the gap just ekes out a little bit more. Brick will be having to deal with all the turbulent air in behind and everything that comes from the loss of downforce effect that you get following that closely for that long. You scrub the tyres more because you're having to work harder to find the grip. Oh, there's absolute chaos on my timing screen. Vasquez gone off, Matt Strong gone off, William Lindbergh gone off, Strong again, and then Atwell. I don't know if this is all related. We'll have a look and see if there are any cars. No, I think they're all one by one. It's likely just a result of these cars running for a long time and the grip going away this late in the race. We've got 2 minutes remaining in the race session. We've only got 7 cars still on the lead lap at this stage, and this is the closest battle that we have raging on. Ferry has to turn twice. Oh, still holds... Oh, that was so close. Still holds P2. This has invited Craig in again, so it was a bit of an accordion effect last lap, going onto that final corner where the gap eked out a little bit. We'll see the lap times, and it's likely that Craig Brick is going to hold, 14.8 for Brick and a 15.3 for Ferry on that one. Just tightened up a little bit. Ferry maybe just looking in the mirrors ever so slightly, which in these cars is not the best strategy. You might be able to see the mirrors are microscopic on these late 70s F1 cars. They're almost completely useless if that's what you're using to track the car behind. Now, I don't know that we've gotten the white flag. It should be on the next time through. Samuel Albert almost unchallenged, apart from very early on with William Lindbergh stalking the back of the Velocity Racer. Ever since then, though, it's been smooth sailing for Albert. He's kept a solid lead. The pit stop phase did not hamper him whatsoever. And he's coming through now with the white flag. It's always very tricky to tell on the broadcast if the white flag has been shown. We're going to assume it has, and this will be the last tour around the WeatherTech Laguna Seca Raceway. He's holding down a 7-second lead now, and the battle for P2 has not been resolved. 0.3 of a second, the gap remains. Brick is up 1 position from where he started this session, and these guys are just battling so respectfully. So awesome to see this kind of a battle after 1 hour of running. Really, really awesome to see. We'll see how things go as we climb the hill towards the Corkscrew. This may not be the best passing opportunity, but this may set up for the best opportunity if Brick can get a good run out of here, and it looks like potentially not. How hard does he go now? Into the final corner, and Samuel Albert will get has taken the checkered flag. Brick goes very wide on entry. Very narrow on exit. It'll be a drag race, and Ferry will take P2 with Craig. Oh, wow, that was so close. Officially less than 1/10 of a second. I was going to say the winning margin. Samuel Albert has the winning margin of 7.7 seconds. Absolutely amazing stuff. We've got Zach Heiderstadt now on the back of Jason Krakowiak, looking to turn this P5 into a P4. This is 0.3 of a second too. What a great battle coming into the last corner. Can Zach do much? Oh, very eager on the throttle. It's going to be a drag race. No, Zach's going to have to settle for P5. Oh, what a brilliant finish to that battle as well. Rick Nye, we've got rounding the final corner. Looks like he may potentially be the teammate of our race winner Samuel Albert in the Velocity colours. Nye rounding for P6. Fantastic race, up 1 spot. And we've got William Lindbergh, a very trouble-hit race for William. He showed amazing pace early on, but takes P7. We've then got... Oh, apologies. We've got Albert coming through to do the victory celebrations. Lap it up, Samuel. You have absolutely dominated this session. You've got the fastest lap of the race in a... Oh, actually, yeah. Which was your final lap? So Samuel Albert on the last tour of the circuit set a 1:14.27. Only 0.2 of a second slower than the pole time set by John Ferry. That's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Take a bow, Samuel Albert. That is just an absolutely extraordinary win. Lap it up. I think the engine's blown. Yep, that's how you know you've you've done very well. It's The very sick Lotus 79 engine coming through now. Well played indeed. Oh, what a race. TRC, take a bow. The 15 or 14 runners that we've had in race 1 of the Lotus 79 League here on iRacing, take a bow. Brilliant stuff. Really enjoyable to watch. We have our race results ready to go now, so we will run through them here. Again, you're going to have to ignore my name at the bottom of the standings there as well. Silly me. Again, if you didn't hear it at the top of the broadcast, I loaded as a racer, not a spectator, so I was officially part of this session. Good thing it wasn't a public official race, because I would be losing iRating. All right, so to wrap this one up, Samuel Albert on screen here, car number 12 from Velocity, takes out P1, a brilliant run, ends up with a winning margin of 7.7 seconds over John Ferry. John Ferry took out P2 by officially it's 0.00, but we know that it wasn't that. It was, if we go one decimal back, it was 0.007. The margin there to Craig Brick. Tremendous fight back from Brick. Good comms. Thank you, O'Shea. Thank you very much for joining and hanging out with us. That was, I hope you enjoyed that race. That was just fantastic action all the way through. Jason Krakowiak comes home P4. Zach Heiderstadt, an eventful race for Zach, that's for sure. P5, Rick Nye, some great battles throughout, finishes P6. William Lindbergh, the pace was astounding from William, really putting the pressure on our eventual winner, Samuel Albert, all the way through until a bit of an issue getting on throttle in the final corner, about halfway through our session here. Shuffled him right back through the pack, especially after the pit sequence as well. So he ends up P7. Then we've got one lap back, Devontae Drain, P8, Chad Johnson, P9, Louis Vasquez. The fight back was real from Louis, coming back to, I think he got back to about gross P3. Net was not P3 after the pit stops, but I think he was around that P6-ish section after losing control earlier on in the race and having to do a bit of a recovery coming back through the field. So Louis, you gave us a lot of action, my friend. Fantastic. Thank you. But unfortunately still finishing in P10, not where I'd imagine you wanted to be after the early running there. We've got Andrew Atwell, P11. Matt Strong in the Durex livery, P12. I'm going to call you Matt Safe. Emmanuel Moniz, P13. Nathan Annam then rounding out our 14-car grid. Oh boy, that was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. I had such a great time running through that one. I hope you guys did too. I hope you really enjoyed that. We will be wrapping up the stream here. Again, in the comments of this video, let me know what you would like me to do down the line, what kind of sessions you want me to run, what kind of races or different series, different groups that don't always get the attention. I mentioned like IMSA Vintage before as well. If it's I can't think of it, but there's the Kia Optima and the Cadillac CTS-V. Can't think off the top of my head what that series is called, but those sorts of series, if there's a strength of field that meets up once a week and it's at a specific time, let me know. And I'm happy to, as long as it doesn't impact sleep too much here on the Southern Hemisphere, happy to potentially line one up down the line so that you get that attention that you deserve and potentially recruit more people into those awesome series that we have here on iRacing. I'm going to stop rambling. That was so much fun. I'm going to end the stream here. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening wherever you are joining from. Tune into the next one, so like the video if you can. Absolutely helps out the channel, and we've had so much support so far after just a week or two. It's honestly, it's been overwhelming, but very appreciative. of all the support. Subscribe to the channel and get the notifications so that you can see when we go live or when we post up a reactive race that's not necessarily live. And until next time, keep racing hard. We'll see you soon.